How will Taylor Sheridan's upcoming Yellowstone spinoff, The Madison, tie into the Dutton family's story? After the ending of Yellowstone, many Taylor Sheridan fans are likely wondering how the upcoming spinoff show, The Madison, will tie into the Dutton family's story. Little is known about The Madison, Taylor Sheridan's newest Yellowstone spinoff show. Only the premise of the show, that the Clyburn family moves to Montana after their patriarch dies in a plane crash, has been revealed, as well as some major casting news. Currently, the only thing that links The Madison to Yellowstone is its Montana setting, so fans of the franchise are probably wondering how the Clyburn story will intersect with the Duttons. After the series finale of Yellowstone, it will be a lot harder to have the Clyburns and Duttons interact. Most of the Dutton family tree was killed by the time of the series finale, and the survivors seem more than happy to stay out of power struggles. While there is a confirmed Beth and Rip spinoff in the works, the overarching story of the Duttons and their struggle to control the Yellowstone is mostly over. With that in mind, it's hard to determine exactly how The Madison will fit into the larger Yellowstone franchise, but there are a few likely options Taylor Sheridan could use. The simplest way to have The Madison intersect with Yellowstone would be to have the Clyburn family meet some of the remaining Duttons. Beth, Rip, Case, and Monica all remained in Montana after the ending of Yellowstone, which means they should still be around when the Clyburns come to town. The Clyburn family could easily move near either Beth or Case's new independent ranches and interact with them as neighbors. They will, after all, have to adjust to life in Montana, and the Dutton children could help them transition. Alternatively, they could just appear as a cameo to link the two stories together. Of the two remaining Duttons, Case is probably more likely to appear in The Madison than Beth is. Beth and Rip are already scheduled to return in their own spin-off show, so it would make more sense to check up on Case, Monica, and Tate instead. Additionally, Beth and Rip will have their own problems to deal with in the spin-off show, and won't need to tie into The Madison to draw in viewers. Case and Monica, on the other hand, don't have any new stories on the horizon, which makes them perfect candidates to appear in a different spin-off like The Madison. Even if the Clyburns don't directly interact with a Dutton, they could still encounter a major Yellowstone character. After Case sold the Yellowstone to Chief Rainwater, he became the most influential power player in Montana. He now manages the largest tract of private land in the entire state, and his pre-existing business interests already made him formidable. No matter what the Clyburns try to do in The Madison, they'll almost certainly have to contend with Rainwater in some way. Whether that's by having their land developments opposed or simply running afoul of the reservation, Rainwater could easily show up in The Madison. There's also a chance that The Madison won't focus as much on tying into Yellowstone as it will focus on trying to replace Yellowstone. The Madison already sounds eerily similar to Yellowstone. Both shows are about broken families, presumably, trying to build and maintain an empire in Montana. Additionally, since most of the Duttons are dead or scattered to the wind, The Madison presents Sheridan a chance to continue the modern-day story of Western drama and power plays with a new cast of characters. The Madison is a fresh start, so Sheridan won't be trapped like he was when Kevin Costner left Yellowstone. The cast of The Madison is another reason it may become a Yellowstone replacement. Several massive stars have already signed on for The Madison, including Michelle Pfeiffer, Patrick J. Adams, and Elle Chapman. Additionally, while it isn't confirmed, Kurt Russell has been rumored to star in The Madison. If both Russell and Pfeiffer do prove to be leading The Madison, the Yellowstone spinoff will have even more star power than Kevin Costner lent to the original series. It seems like Sheridan may be more interested in transplanting some familiar features of Yellowstone over to The Madison, rather than tying it into the earlier series. Taylor Sheridan has solidified his place as a master storyteller in the world of television with his compelling creation of Yellowstone and its rapidly expanding universe of spin-offs. The immense success of Yellowstone, its prequels, and its spin-offs have captivated audiences by blending drama, complex characters, and a raw portrayal of the American West. With his upcoming spin-off series, The Madison, the question that is on the minds of fans and critics alike is, how will this new show tie into the iconic Dutton family saga? The Madison is set to focus on the world surrounding the Madison River in Montana, an area known for its stunning natural beauty, a rich history, and its critical role in the larger narrative of the American frontier. This new show could potentially introduce a new layer to the Yellowstone universe, one that could add depth and complexity to the already intricate story of the Duttons. Here's an exploration of how this spin-off might intersect with the Dutton family's legacy. 1. Exploring Dutton family land and legacy. The Madison River flows through the heart of the Montana wilderness, a place that is intimately tied to the values that the Dutton family holds dear: land, power, and control. John Dutton, the patriarch of the family, has spent much of his life battling to preserve the family's land from developers, environmentalists, and anyone who threatens the sovereignty of his ranch. The Madison River region could potentially be a crucial area that the Duttons have fought to protect, creating a natural connection between the Madison and the Dutton family's fight for survival. The spin-off could delve into the history of how the Duttons acquired and maintained their land, with the Madison River serving as a symbol of that fight. Perhaps there's a story behind how the Duttons came to own the rights to the river, or how the Madison River was central to the Dutton family's economic and cultural prosperity. In this way, the spin-off could provide valuable insight into the family's past, while exploring how the legacy of land ownership continues to shape their present-day struggles. 2. The Duttons' business ventures and rivals. Another significant way that the Madison could tie into the Yellowstone universe is by exploring the Dutton family's business dealings and the rivals they face. The Duttons have always been involved in various industries that intersect with the land they own: cattle ranching, tourism, and even politics. The Madison River, with its pristine waters and spectacular surroundings, is an ideal location for a tourism-driven business, such as fishing expeditions or luxury lodge resorts. In the spin-off, the Duttons may find themselves at odds with a new set of rival business interests, ones that seek to commercialize the area around the Madison River. These new characters could challenge the Duttons' authority in the region, bringing them into direct conflict with the family. The show could introduce new players to the game: business moguls, developers, or even environmental groups, who threaten to disrupt the balance the Duttons have worked so hard to maintain. Through this tension, the spin-off could showcase how the Duttons navigate the delicate balance between preserving their legacy and adapting to the changing demands of the modern world. 3. New characters with Dutton connections. The Dutton family has a sprawling network of allies and enemies, many of whom are connected to the land or have crossed paths with the family over the years. It's likely that the Madison will introduce new characters with ties to the Duttons, whether by blood, business, or history. These characters could be descendants of people who have had past interactions with the Duttons, or they could be individuals who are drawn into the family's orbit due to the events unfolding in the Madison. For example, one of the central figures in the spin-off could be someone with deep familial connections to the region surrounding the Madison River. This could include distant relatives of the Duttons, perhaps long-lost cousins, or people who were once close to the family but have since gone their separate ways. These characters could serve as both allies and adversaries to the Duttons, depending on how their interests align with the family's goals. The show could also explore characters who were involved in previous conflicts with the Duttons but are now returning to the scene. Maybe these characters were previously involved in land disputes or old business dealings with the family, and now they are back in town, stirring up trouble or offering new alliances. These encounters would add layers of complexity to the ongoing narrative and create opportunities for exciting crossovers between the spin-off and the main series.